Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's a beautiful way to show your love on Valentine's Day. Here to share her crafty idea, we welcome back artist, educator, and the author of several books, including Peggy Dean's Guide to Nature Drawing and Watercolor. Peggy Dean, great to see you again.
Great to see you.
I love your Valentine's Day shirt.
I
love
was
it.
very excited
Sweater.
when I found it, because how can you not get really excited about a graphic hearts?
Yes, love it. I do love it.
As opposed to the neutrals in my closet.
Right. No, it looks great.
Thanks.
I love it.
It's fun.
Okay, so talk to me about what ideas you have on how we can make something crafty and sweet.
There are so many different things, but what I wanted to do this one today because it's not just good to like put on a card or put on a, you name it, gift tag,
right?
Whatever.
Sure.
But it's also really meditative. And what I like about watercolor so much is that you're allowing water to just have that bleed, that like wet on wet,
right.
Just really nice. And it's just so nice to just sit with that and paint with it and allow anybody can do it. You don't have to have, you know how there's rules to watercolor?
Yes.
This is not one you need rules for.
Okay.
And it helps teach you also because paint to water ratio is different for different pigments, and that's just a lot to take on.
Yeah, it is.
This, we don't have to take it on.
Okay.
So the idea,
keep it simple.
Yeah, the idea here is that a lot of water is fine. And usually that's not necessarily the case with watercolor. You want a certain ratio. But here, I'm just going to load up my brush and I'm going to put it all the way. What I do with watercolor and any brush if you're painting with water media is to make sure that you actually roll the bristles so that the water gets on the inside.
Oh.
Because otherwise, you're not going to hold paint the way you want to, and then you're just going to be like tiptoeing and flirting with it. But really, we want to like actually absorb the media.
Okay.
So we want to paint, we're going to paint hearts, and you can do this with swatches, you can do it with circles, whatever the case. And basically, if I grab some water here, and then I'll just grab this purple tone, because why not? And what you want to do is the same thing where you're going to grab paint by like rolling it on the side. See how I'm applying pressure and actually rolling? This color might be, see, pigments aren't created equally, so this particular color might be a little translucent, which is fine with what we're doing. But from here, if I'm doing a heart, I can just form that however I want to. There's not like a rule with right now, at least with this particular exercise of how to use the brush. We're just getting a heart in there. And then, while that's still wet, we're gonna rinse the brush and grab another color. I guess I'm going purples and blues today, which is really unlike me, but I'm here for it. I did promise my community online that I was going to do my next 20 artworks in blue because I never use blue.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do is paint the next one next to it without it touching yet. And then right at the end, we are going to let that just kiss the edge. And this is going to allow it to bleed how it decides it wants to. And it's kind of a fast pace.
Okay.
So if I grab purple again and then put that down here, and the idea is like definitely a lot of water because you're going to want to have
that's what I'm not doing. Okay.
Yeah.
The bleed right next to it. Okay.
Yeah, and so see how that's gonna pull that in. And it really becomes fun the more you come down because you never know what colors are going to be created in between each one.
So
more water.
More water. Okay.
But how these can be like displayed on paper, they could go in one row. I've done that with hearts. But see how it just starts to kind of do its own thing.
Yeah.
And so as long as you can see a sheen on the paper, which might be kind of hard to see, but there's a sheen, and that's what we're looking for because that's going to allow the paint to grab. If the sheen is not there, then it's not going to go into the next. So it's less paint, more water on the brush. And that's how you're going to get
less paint.
So see, I have
that's
too much
my
paint
problem.
here.
Okay, so I've got
Yeah, and so we're just overloading it. But I know that you paint, and so you're used to not using too much water.
Right,
So
that's my issue right now.
Which is like a great issue to have because you're used to that doing the right control. But this is where you're literally breaking that rule and going too much water.
That's fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And so really, we learn the rules to break the rules, should we want to. So add more water. Oh, but already it's working.
It's working already. Yeah. You're right.
And so another thing that I do, let's say up here, this heart is already too dry. What I do is just fully only water, is I'm gonna go over that one more time, and I'm gonna cover the whole thing, and then I can bring that second color in, and while it's not gonna blend with the paint, it will still bleed over, which is going to give the appearance of having it blend because watercolor is translucent. So see how it's going into the water that I just put down, even though that initial application is now dry. Yeah, see?
Yeah, there it goes.
So you're just breaking the rules. And I would normally, I've done this with red and pink and orange a lot, but yeah, I guess today it looks like it's working, my promise.
It is interesting because, you know, I find watercolors to be so challenging going against whatever I've learned.
Right.
Okay. And then, oh, it needs more water.
No, it's looking good though to me. Yeah.
Okay.
But see, what's fun about this is that it forces you to let go of control because it's a fast pace.
I don't want to do that.
I know. It's really hard because you want things to be just so, but then when you let loose, you're like, oh, I see how this is coming together.
Okay, this last one I think worked.
It totally did. These did too. See, okay, this right here is technically a rule that you don't do. Is called a hot spot or a bloom with watercolor. This is what we want for this.
Right.
Because it creates that texture that is unexpected, and so really we are overdoing things to get that effect. And I think that is what a lot of people struggle with watercolor in the beginning is too much water, and they're like, why do I keep getting these weird hot spots and blooms?
No, you're right.
Yeah. And it's because when I say too much water, I mean paint to water ratio. No, it's too much water on the brush. So if I say when I'm teaching, if it's get more water on your brush, that usually just means paint to water ratio.
Okay.
That's what I meant to say. So now this particular activity is, no, you do want too much water. And that's gonna give you that bleed.
Well, and in a sweet way, it's like the hearts are connected, right?
Yes,
Like that's the idea, is that your hearts are connected?
Exactly.
Okay.
And it just is this flow, and that's what love is it's an ever.
Oh, is that what love is?
It's what love is.
Okay.
And it's this ever flow. That's a word. It is now.
There we go.
And so yes, you can paint these with using your brush with its with the brush strokes. So like if you were to go, full pressure down, it is allowing you to practice brush strokes, but you don't need to, because anybody could do this one.
This is a great creative way to make your card for your sweetheart.
Yeah.
Love it.
Already breaking rules.
Peggy Dean, thank you so much. Her book again is Nature Drawing and Watercolor. Thank you so much. And you have many other books too. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.